Okay, Nick, here's what I see on this video, and just to kind of help explain it, it's such a good angle so that you can kind of see what you're doing. So here you're kind of going into your wind up, okay? I don't know why you lean forward so much. I guess that's just comfortable for you, but whatever, that's fine. You're here, okay? You're wrapped back, okay? Now, as you start into your rotation from here, right? Okay, watch watch your elbow, okay? As I move the frames, okay, as you're starting your here. Now look, right here, you've already tell me here, right? Where do you see any separation here? Because I don't. You're not. You have no wrap at all, right? Your separation, there is none. You have no separation. And remember, how many times we talk about the back pocket, right? The back pocket is where you want your shot, right? So if here, right, that's your back pocket, right here, okay? Here's the shot. Look where your shot is. I mean, your shot is so far ahead of where it needs to be that you just you can't pull it back. I mean, look at the position here. You tell me, like, here's your chest. I mean, and here's your hip, right? Do you think there's any, like, do you think you're twisted at all? Like, you're not twisted at all, right? I mean, your chest should be basically pointing at the camera right now. So, I mean, it's just that's your separation is it's just not there. I mean, you're this line, right? You're not separated at all. Your shot is here, right? Your shot should be basically your shot should be lined up back here. I mean, obviously it's not that easy, but I mean, it should be at least back here. It's nowhere near there. So again, it's a separation issue. Okay, and then when we get here to your drive, right, to the middle, you've kind of lost leading out with. I mean, you're leading out with your arm okay here. If we look at your arm, I mean, I'd like to see it, a little more out. But as we come through here, right, and you get to where basically here's your foot, right. When you start with your right leg drive, your foot's pointed this way. Okay, ideally it's pointed down this sector. Just same with your arm, right? Your arm should be your arm should be pointed down the sector, and your toe should be pointed down the sector. Okay. So as you go through here, I mean, and you're getting that massive step. I mean, let's take it to where you're just lifting off the ground. Your foot's about to come down. I mean, you're a little bit late, right? I mean, this position isn't too bad. I mean, I like your elbow being up like this. It's just you don't, you're not at all separated. Let's keep going. So when we come down here again, I mean, your feet are just lightning quick, right? And from this point on, right, here's your leg, here's your shot, right? Not a bad position. Now, if you could get this foot to the front of the ring with this elbow not essentially moving, or moving very little, you'd be okay. But what's going to happen here? Frame. So let's draw a line here. Here's where your elbow was, okay? We go frame, 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 okay? If you were in this position, with your elbow here, and this toe was pointed this way, this toe, your foot was planted, and you were starting to drive, good job. But just keep going here. We go, okay. Here it lands. Okay, it lands, still, your shot's somewhat back, but watch. You go here, here, okay. Watch your knee. Until you start driving out of the throw, I mean, you're essentially not throwing, right? Because this foot's pointed this way. Your hips aren't around, right? So you're completely locked. you're completely locked. Your upper body and your lower body are locked together. And now there you're starting to turn. Okay, and then here, here's where you do your, your lifting, right? So if this is where you're actually starting to throw the shot, look where your elbow is, look where the shot is. How much of a push do you have on your shot? Not much, right? You're getting one, two, three, two and a half, 3 frames out of it. I mean, you do a good job of squaring up. I mean, and driving into it. I mean, that's good. This is, I mean, this part, the finish to your throw, I think, is pretty good. It's just you're not getting the push you need because you just don't have the separation that you need at all. So, finish your throw looks good. So again, let's just go back to the beginning. Okay. Try tomorrow. I mean, you're here, right? Okay. You're wrapped up. Okay. Hold your wrap. Hold your wrap right here. You should hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Don't let your elbow go from here. And as you get your rotation down here, you know, you've just yeah, you just don't. I mean, it's if you look at this picture, I mean, it's very clear that you don't have any separation. And even if technically you could catch up right here, and get your hips through while your shot's back. If your hips would swing through here, to the front of the ring, and the shot would stay back here, then you could get caught up, but that's not happening, right? So again, very simple. You only have one thing to think about if you're trying to work on something right now, because I think you've ingrained some pretty good habits. Just think about the separation and think about holding that shot back as far as you can hold it back. All right? Okay.